Hey guys, you guys know what idols are, right? Those cute girls doing cute shit? Well, I got a serious question, and answer seriously. Don't just be a yes man to make me feel good. Give me an honest answer. I'm cute enough to be an idol, right? Look, I can do the dances, the poses, and sing really well. No? Damn, okay, that hurt a little. I'll just stick to making videos then. But speaking of idols and videos, today's video is about an idol manga. Well, half idol manga, half acting manga, half stage play manga, but I'll get there. The manga in question is titled Oshi No Ko. Oshi No Ko is a manga written by Aka Akasaka, the author of Kaguya-sama, and is illustrated by Mengo Yokiari. It has 60 chapters at the time of recording this, and oh my gosh, are you guys in for a wild ride. So per usual, I'm gonna explain some of the plot. There will be spoilers for the first 8 or so chapters, a bit more than I would like to spoil, but I kind of have to explain the main plot, as the first 8 chapters is really just the prologue to the actual plot. But I will try to be as vague as possible. My bad in advance. But before we get into all that, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We do some cool shit, some fun shit, and some tomfoolery around here. I have some ideas for Oshi No Ko vids in the future, so if you like this, then why not stick around?
Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit.
Oshi No Ko's main character is a doctor named Goro, also known as Sensei, who is super obsessed with a 16-year-old prodigy of an idol named Ai. Now, normally that would be seen as kind of weird, but he has his reasons. The reason he is so into this idol is due to the fact that a former patient of his, Serena, a girl who was dying, really loved Ai, as she saw Ai to be someone who, despite being the same age as her, was doing all these amazing things she couldn't do. She also seemed to like Sensei. Like Sensei. Sadly, she ended up dying at the age of 12, so Sensei is a fan of Ai as he sees Serena in the idol she looked up to. Now, that's not to say he didn't like Ai for other reasons as well, but that's definitely the main reason. But basically Ai, you know, Miss Idol, the main person that everyone in the story loves, had to step down from being an idol for a while due to health issues. And it turns out those issues would hit Sensei a lot harder and closer to home than he expected, as she came to the hospital and was revealed to be pregnant with twins, which, you know, is a really big deal in the idol world. Not only is she 16, but the fans hate when idols date or anything in general. If you guys didn't know, idol fans are freaking crazy. If they see an idol even dating someone, they will go ballistic. Basically, I was reading up on this a little bit, and the way I kind of saw it explained was that idols, fans love them so much, and they want to have a sense of belief that they could possibly be the one to end up with that idol sometimes. And if someone else gets with that idol, it breaks that illusion to them, and they go crazy, because everyone wants to have the idol to themselves. So if an idol has anyone special, then it ruins it for them. Basically, people don't want to know their favorite idol's private lives, because then it ruins the whole illusion. It's kind of stupid because, you know, idols are human too, but whatever. It's just overall super toxic. So obviously, having kids is a big no-no for idols in the eyes of the fans. It's not right, but that's just how it is. But pretty much, Sensei gets closer to Ai as the date of birth gets closer, learning more about her as he does his best to make sure everything goes smoothly with the birth. But on the expected date of Ai giving birth, Sensei is brutally murdered by a hooded stranger who knew about the pregnancy. So yeah, that's pretty bad if you ask me. But luckily, the first chapter ended with him being reincarnated as one of Ai's twins. Wacky, right? Want to know something even more wacky? The other twin is revealed to be Serena, although Sensei hasn't found that out yet. And in the rest of the manga, they don't know who each other are in their past lives, but I expect sometime in the manga they'll find out and it'll be crazy. But yeah, the next 6 or 7 chapters or so deals with Sensei and Serena's new lives as kids, now named Aqua and Ruby. While for Ai in this time, she was booming, becoming way more popular than ever, Aqua and Ruby supported her from the sidelines as no one could know they're her kids. Then there was a 1-year time skip, and eventually Aqua gets into some acting, as on the set of something for Ai, the director noticed how smart Aqua was for his age, and pretty much ends up making a deal, as Aqua wants Ai to get more roles. So the director's like, all right, I'll do this for Ai, but you gotta be in my movie, kid. Aqua also meets this girl at the shoot. Remember her, she'll be important later. After that, there was another time skip of 2 years. And let's just say everything was going wonderful. until it wasn't. I was brutally murdered by the same goddamn dude that murdered Aqua in his past life. And it was during her own birthday. Goddamn. Aqua was in her arms when she died, with Ruby watching from the sidelines like it was a goddamn football game. I didn't mention it, but the only person who knew Ai's location before her death was her ex, as she called him to meet up and see the kids. So even though the killer doesn't end up being their dad or anything, that is odd and makes you think, does he have a play in this? Now you see why I had to spoil it. Aqua literally says this is when the curtains to the story open, so I had to spoil it. He called it the prologue. I'm sorry. Stop booing everybody. It was for you guys. I pulled a Sasuke, bearing the sins of everyone, being hated by everyone, so everyone can live peacefully or something like that. I don't really remember Naruto that well. But yeah, shortly after this, Ruby decides she wants to be an idol, and Aqua decides that he will kill his father with his very own hands, as no one else could have given the stalker the information of where I was. Now, at the age of 16, Aqua and Ruby truly start to live their lives. Ruby ends up being part of a relaunch of B Komachi, the idol group I was a part of when she was still alive, while Aqua, let's just say he's on his demon time. His Light Yagami, his Lelouch Lamperouge v Britannia the 20th. Okay, not exactly, but there's not a better way to explain it rather than he starts to get his hands dirty for the sake of justice. Not nearly as much as the aforementioned characters, but he got into acting just so he could get closer to certain people and use them to find out more about his mom's lover, his father, and his connection to his mom's death. And as I said, his goal is to kill him himself. The thing is, Aqua isn't afraid to use others to reach this goal of his, nor is he afraid to meddle in his sister's life to even prevent her from being an idol, which obviously failed. As I mentioned, she becomes an idol, but at least he tried. Now, why would he do this to his own sister? I mean, he saw his mom die for reasons of idol culture itself, so obviously he wouldn't really want to see his sister go through similar things. He knows how bad it is, the whole entire culture around it. He even ends up calling an agency that Ruby applied to and saying that she withdrew her application and all this stuff just to stop her from getting in. It's kind of messed up, but he has his reasons. But throughout the story, we have three major plot points so far: Ruby and B Komachi's idol shiz, Aqua's actor shiz, and more of Aqua's acting shiz. And I guess there is a fourth, you know, the whole revenge thing, but that kind of ties into all of it, so it's not really a fourth, it's just kind of an umbrella. But yeah, I just tried to do the biggest exposition dump ever with that story summary. Hopefully it came across well, and yeah, I really enjoy how this manga shows the entertainment world. It does a really well job of portraying how toxic idol culture can be, not only with what happens to Ai, but a lot of things that are shown in other characters. Harassment from fans, the mental toll, the competitiveness, and especially the lies an idol or performer must upkeep so the fans maintain that perfect image of them. It really showcases all aspects of things, not just the successful ones, but the failures. Same with the acting portion of the manga, showing realistic things like the fact that in some productions, you may be the best actor, but the popular one, the one that will benefit the movie the most in terms of getting people to see it, will get the role, just because the name, the power of the name. It's not fair, but it's realistic, which I don't think many series try to truly portray, but this does. I'm not too big into idol manga, but this might actually take the cake for my favorite idol manga because of these reasons. Now let's move on to the more technical side of the things. First, we got the art. The art is actually amazing. I don't know what it is about it, but it draws you in so much. So shout out to Yokiari. The expressions, they truly convey a character's state of mind or their lie perfectly. Nothing bad to say about the art. It's overall goated. Next, we have the characters. The characters are actually amazing. I'm just gonna mention a few of my favorite characters and why I like them. There are too many characters to go through in just this video alone, but I want to do a tier list ranking them all eventually, so look forward to that. First, we got Aqua. Now, Aqua isn't a bad person. He just has a goal he's willing to sacrifice his second chance at life for. Not literally, but by giving up his years to become an actor when he doesn't want to act just to get revenge for Ai. He kind of is, but he does genuinely look out for others still, and it's shown that he's actually kind, so it's not like he's completely bad, he's just morally great. Now we have Aqua's sister, Ruby, formerly Serena. Ruby is fascinating just overall. I think she needs more screen time, which she will get to shine, because from what I've seen so far, her journey has been great, going from Serena, who couldn't do anything due to her illness, to Ruby, who has the talent and the drive to be a great idol, and she she's doing really well. I just really want to see more. Obviously, this whole story wouldn't be possible without her being a light to so many people's worlds. She's also the biggest liar in this series besides maybe Aqua, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Next, we got Arima, the actor I mentioned that Aqua acted with as a kid. She ends up acting with Aqua again later, and now she's part of the new idol group B Komachi that I mentioned Ruby brought back. Akane, a girl Aqua meets on a dating show that he had to be a part of, and yeah, I don't want to spoil stuff that happens there, but I really, really love her character development. She's quickly become one of my favorites. Taishi, the director man who teaches Aqua acting stuff. Also a Chad. Heian, a guy who's in the same company or something as the new Bikomachi. And I'm gonna be honest, I just really like his design. So yeah, fun little fun fact. My favorite character is obviously Aqua. I'm a sucker for those types of characters. And my second favorite might have to go to Arima off the top of my head. But the rest of the characters are amazing. And speaking of the characters, I'm gonna just go right into character development. The character development is phenomenal. Akasaka really knows how to write emotions, insecurities, and just characters in general. As you guys know, if you read Kaguya-sama, each character, whilst having funny tropes in a rom-com, they have serious, well-written moments that stem from those. It works amazingly for Kaguya-sama, but I am especially happy that Oshi No Ko isn't comedy-focused for the most part, because each character's predicaments feel way more weight behind them in my opinion, which isn't saying anything bad about Kaguya-sama. Like I said, it works perfectly for that. But I don't know, in Oshi No Ko, the way they just portray the characters, I genuinely feel myself in their shoes. Even if I haven't gone through the exact things they have, I feel like I'm experiencing what the characters are experiencing in real time. Maybe that's just how I was reading it, but I was so immersed. It's just amazing. I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. I love it. I freaking love it, man. Akasaka is a goated writer, bro. Not even to mention the journeys these characters go through and the change in their mental states and stuff. It's really well done to see the characters' growth. And keep in mind, this is only 60 chapters so far, and all this character growth that I mentioned has happened. It's so good. And since I mentioned how many chapters there are, let's go right into the pacing. The pacing is really good. At first, I was kind of confused and sad that they skipped over their lives as kids so fast, but it makes sense seeing how the story unfolds after that. So yeah, they were right not to dwell too much on the kids portion of the story, because as I explained, everything after that is when the real story starts. Overall, this has quickly become one of my favorite ongoing manga, and I do not say that lightly. I am very surprised at how good this manga is, even though I should have known better, seeing as Akasaka wrote Kaguya-sama, which is goated. Akasaka is a goated mangaka. I should never underestimate him, and I never will again. So, is Oshi No Ko readable or laughable? It's readable, come on now. It has so many good qualities, and like I said, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite ongoing manga. It's so good, and it's not like there's a single reason why. There's every reason that weaves together into one big reason that it's just goated. Now, my explanation doesn't do the story justice at all, so please read it. It's literally only 60 chapters. You could read that by the end of today if you wanted to. And now that I think about it, I haven't reviewed a manga bad enough to call it laughable yet. Let me know in the comments if there's a manga that you think is bad enough to make the laughable list. I would like to add a few to the resume. But yeah, that's mostly all I can think of for this video. I'm just gonna end it off saying, once again, I love this manga. If Oshi No Ko was a girl, I'd ask her out. Would probably get rejected, but at least I tried. I would then lower my standards and ask out a manga like Rent a Girlfriend. Rent a Girlfriend would be a hot woman, but at this point she dragged every relationship she's a part of way too long, even after it got annoying, to the point where no other man would want her. And that's when I'd swoop in, parachute in, and propose, then also get rejected. Okay, why did I just come up with a whole essay explaining why I would want to date certain manga? I don't know, I'm weird. But hey, if you like weird, subscribe. Gosh, I'm so bad at selling my content. But yeah, guys, read Oshi No Ko. You know I'm serious because I just did what the girls do when they clap. Like, come on, I'm serious, man. Read it. Have a great day, guys, and peace. Why are you still here? I said bye. Leave. What are you doing? I'm not gonna give you guys an idol performance or anything. Just leave. Okay, bye. For real. Like, leave. Bye.